What is up, guys? PoliticsGaming here, and today we are doing a brand new video. This is a long-awaited update for the Geopolitical Simulator game series. So essentially what I have is three major announcements that I want to go over today. We're going to be going over the new engine for Power and Revolution, and we're going to be going over the release date for Power and Revolution 2023. And as well, we do have some word from a insider of Power and Revolution that I will be talking to within next week. So I will have a separate video in that in the future. So without further ado, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything whenever I do make it to the channel. And we'll go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I want to go over today is going to be called the new engine for Power and Revolution. This is an engine which is known as Eisen or Scenario. Essentially, they call it the solution for e-learning and crisis simulation. So essentially, Eisen is this tool that that basically is, again, the backbone of the Geopolitical Simulator series. So every edition of this software has been over the course of several years. It was first introduced in version 1.5 back in 2013. So this was around after Masters of the World had been introduced. So I believe that the Power and Revolution game does use Eisen in some way, shape, or form. In their About Us on their website for it, essentially it says that a series of realistic geopolitical simulation games that has become the industry standard for this type of product and is used in several universities for political and economic training. So essentially, we know for a fact that if you actually do some research on this product, you will recognize a lot of the scenario tools that they use. And essentially, this is how they script everything that is in the game. And that's possibly why it takes them so long to create these types of games, because essentially, almost it's like the game is scripted. However, if you go down a different path, it's kind of like playing Detroit Become Human. You take a different scenario, you take a different law, you take a different decision. Maybe you subsidize a sector or you do something different. And there's about 20 other types of scenarios that will open up for you, and then it will all kind of come down into a certain ending scenario for that situation. So if you subsidize something, then it's going to create a growth in the economy, and then you will continue to see that. You'll maybe see a couple other sectors be affected. So it's essentially 1,000 different scenarios that are playing out all at the same time, and that's possibly why we see the game bug out so much, is because there are so many different types of scenarios. And I also have something to kind of like show you, to show how, you screw up one little line in this and you're going to see why maybe the game will mess up or crash in places maybe where you think it shouldn't, because again, this is a work in progress. Every single software, especially whenever you develop this software in your own studio, that it can always become an issue. So what is the biggest win and loss for this new engine that is being developed by Eversim? The biggest thing about it is that this is a very good step in the right direction. If Eversim is implementing this into the 2023 edition, and this is not confirmed, I will be sending an email to him very soon in order to confirm whether the Eisen 3.0 will be implemented into Power and Revolution 2023 and how much Eisen contributes into the game of Power and Revolution. So the biggest thing about this is that, again, assuming that this is essentially the backbone of Power and Revolution, which is what they say, what we can see in this is that this is going to be very good. It also could be very bad. So what's good about it is that this could solve so many different types of bugs. We could be seeing a lot of types of bugs, maybe even like the pie chart bug, maybe even just a lot of the crashes that you'll see, maybe even a lot of times where you just, again, like we were talking about a minute ago, how essentially like one little script line gets screwed up and it crashes the entire game. What we could see is that could be getting fixed. But whenever you develop new software, new versions of software, there's always a risk of new bugs cropping up. So assuming that 2023 will be the very first game which will feature Eisen 3.0, we might see a lot of good things about it, but you need to prepare for a lot of the bugs that might come out after it. If this is the debut of Eisen 3.0, again, be prepared for that. But that is all I'm going to say about it. I will be reaching out to Eversim to confirm the scope of Eisen 3.0 and what new features may be on the horizon with Eisen, as well as what it means for Power and Revolution. The next thing I want to talk about is the voice actor for Power and Revolution. So I was going down a big rabbit hole of Eversim. I ended up finding the page of the guy that does the voice work for Power and Revolution, as well as many other previous Eversim games. So according to Mr. Val Anderson has been working with Eversim for a very long time. According to him, he has worked on about 11 to 12 different games with Eversim. So he actually, I wrote to him and I basically said, "Hey, Mr. Anderson, I'm a content creator and I would like to ask you a few questions about your involvement in Eversim's Power and Revolution." And so he got back to me a couple of minutes after I sent that, or about an hour after I sent that. And he said, "Funny you should write me at this time, as I'm currently working on my 11th or 12th game with them right now." He said he's on a deadline, but he would be happy to chat with me next week around any time that I would like, once his characters are completed and approved by the company. And so essentially, I don't really have that much information about him right now. So I will be making a separate video, possibly with the major announcement of the 2023 edition, which I will be going over in a minute. But this is a very interesting thing because we do finally have Mr. Val Anderson, who again is the voice actor. So if you're wondering who he voices in the game, I don't really know. Maybe he voices like a lot of like the big characters. I would definitely, if you actually listen to his voice and listen to some of his portfolio, you can actually hear Professor Archibald Rainwater. If you are familiar with Archibald Rainwater, or if you're not familiar, Archibald Rainwater is the tutorial guy. So if you play Power and Revolution or any previous game on easy mode, you will see a little guy in the bottom right of the screen, and if you click him, he will give you advice on economics, on social security, on the military, on invading, on diplomacy, foreign policy, whatever. And essentially, Archibald Rainwater is voiced by Val Anderson. And here's a portfolio I was watching, and you could very clearly hear Archibald Rainwater in that video. So it was very interesting to hear his voice in something that is not Power and Revolution. I swear to God, I've heard his voice in something else. So I'm pretty sure he's a pretty big name for like voice acting. I've just never heard of him before. But essentially, he was too busy to really kind of get to me to kind of like follow up with me. So again, I will most likely be hearing back from him around next week is what he said. So I may be doing an interview. I need to script up a couple of questions maybe to ask him if you guys are interested in asking him something. And don't ask him, you know, what's going to be in the game. Don't ask him this, don't ask him that. It's essentially you're asking a voice actor what his experience is. So it's not really, I'm pretty sure, I don't really know what his if he's ever played the games before, but he definitely does have a very long history with Eversim. And so it's just about his history with the Eversim. What is his favorite voice actor that he likes to play? Questions like that. And then the big kahuna, the one that you guys are all here for, we are going to be talking about the release date of Power and Revolution 2023 edition. And so essentially what I have is that I have an email from Mr. Louis-Marie Verquez. He reached out to me this morning and told me that the 2023 edition will be released in the next few weeks. So the next few weeks is now the time window, avoiding delays. So he said that there might be a possibility that there may be delays for the 2023 edition. He said the Power and Revolution 2023 edition will be released in a few weeks if we have no delay. I cannot get more details right now. We will unveil more information within a week or so. Have a good weekend. Best, Louis. So essentially what we are looking at is we are very likely, this is maybe, I would say maybe like an 80% confidence scenario, that we are going to get the official announcement for the 2023 edition of Power & Revolution next week. So we're not getting a release. Again, just keep that in mind. We're not getting a release for Power & Revolution 2023. We're getting a announcement, which is going to be features, it's going to be what's new, everything. Eversim, you have to hit hard with this edition. I have been waiting to tell you this in any sort of video that I am making. You have to hit hard. You need to hit the ground running with this edition. This is going to be your last chance to impress the market in this type of game. World Warfare and Economics, Supreme Ruler 2030, all of these different games, Lawgivers 2. There's a lot of different kind of political simulators that are coming out by small developers, especially World Warfare and Economics. World Warfare and Economics is the big kahuna, which releases on December 24th, 2023. That's in 6 months. We need Eversim to hit the ground running. They need to just slap the competition out of the park with this one. This needs to be a game changer like 2021 was, like 2019 was, and like 2022 was. Okay, maybe 2021 wasn't that much of a game changer. 2022 definitely was. Fight me. But 2019 and 2022 really smacked the competition. I really liked what they did. We got so many updates with the 2022 edition, and that just the 2022 edition was like icing on the cake. You know, we still have the issues of the communication from the company. We still have a lot of different types of issues that need to be resolved by Eversim. We have the bugs. We have just a lot of people just feel like they get screwed over every year. This honestly is the last chance. I will make a scathing review of the 2023 edition if the edition does not look good. I'm not going to make the same mistake I did with Superpower 3. I'm not. So if it looks like crap, if the features are minimal, if this is, and especially if they're using a new engine, this needs to be huge. This needs to be huge. They need to hit hard with this. But without further ado, that is all I have to say about this. Kind of like a little bit longer than I was expecting the video to be. But Eversim, again, you need to make sure this is it. I have a feeling this is your very last chance. It probably might not be, but you seriously have a lot of competition that is coming up, and you need to make sure this one hits hard. So I really hope next week, when or if we get any sort of announcement from Eversim, I really hope that that is what we're going to get. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys want to see more, hit that bell notification icon. I hope you guys like this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next week whenever we talk about the 2023 edition and its features and how it looks compared to the other competition games that we are looking at. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.